Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our second game of the day in the Heroic League. We've got Universal Basic Income versus Team Azorth back here with the ever lovely Fang or Fang. How are you doing?
Listen, I was having a great day today. All right. And if you guys cannot tell with my voice, I've been held hostage by YUBI again.
Oh, no.
They told me that I should really be scared of their draft today. And I am. I'm terrified. If they lock in Senna, I am legally allowed to leave. Cast.
Oh, I mean, if they lock in Senna, it'd be great. Just as a note, they are running a sub today, so they might. Joshi is coming in. NA Academy and LJL caster extraordinaire.
We get the pleasure of casting for a celebrity, dude. Like, this is our
big moment.
Yeah, hopefully he's gonna pull us up to the LCS, and you can hear me complain about Senna on NA casting.
That was, as someone who likes playing a lot of Senna, I'd be sad. But back on towards this game though, these teams are in very opposite sides. Like, I mean, I talked about this a lot in games. Like, oh, two teams going different directions, but like, it is very sharp with these teams. It's probably the second sharpest that we see in the league. Team Azorth, they've only gotten the 2 wins right now, but YUBI, the only undefeated team still in the league.
So they're locking in Lulu, which is a triple flex pick, and go top, mid, and support. I've actually seen it go on bot too. But I'm just gonna say triple flex pick. It's really actually huge BDE to lock in. Oh, they just lock in the brothers.
It is the brothers coming out. Oh, there's a Senna too.
No, don't do this to me, boys. Do not do this to me.
I'd rather have a Senna than a Lulu top. I have nightmares sometimes of old Lulu top when the entire meta was determined by, hey, is Lulu here? Cool. Guess you don't get to do anything. But it looks like we might be a bit safe. The Scion is coming out, the Vladimir too. So a good, beefy line. It's going to be definitely annoying for TAS, but the brothers are very powerful.
I actually so far like this draft by Team YUBI. They have triple flex picks. Right now, you do not know what is going where. And whoa, this is actually a spicy draft. We got the 0-10 Death Power Spike Crit Brothers, Yasuo and Yon, and then we have Jace.
And
so that means we will be getting a melee AD carry at some point.
Oh, that's fun. We don't get to see it that often. I know it's something that I've always liked. I wanted to see more of. I think melee carries are fun. It's just the downside of an AD carry. But I guess TAS is calling it that YUBI is not going to take a ranged bottom laner. I think they're hoping that they'll match them, kind of come down to their level, and think they can outduel them. Now, I know TAS's players are very good at Yone and Yasuo. These are supposedly some of their better champions. So the fact that they're taking them out here, I think, shows TAS really wants to win this game. They want to be the team that finally takes down YUBI, that shows that, hey, we actually are someone to contend with in this league, where you got to watch out for us. We're the dark horses.
Team Azorth was a finalist last year. Like, they are a really good team. I think that they missed their jungler a lot, Yoni, who is busy with school and that kind of stuff. But they're still really good. They just have a couple things to work on. I think Guao is very good, Hizme. But like, all of them are very, very good players. I know that they know the game well too.
Yeah, and a Sylas coming out. Is Sylas jungle? Oh, what if it is? So I talked about this on cast yesterday. Sylas support. I love Sylas support. It was something I have tried out a couple times. I think it's very fun. It's a very strong early game. It's great because you can just steal the ults whenever, and it doesn't really matter. Especially if you get like a Lulu ult, you're basically just a walking Lulu. You counter Lulu with the ultimate steal. So I think that it's super clever. Master Yi and
they just locked in YUBI.
The YUBI finally brings out the god pick in their comp, the thing that everyone fears, the YUBI.
When Joshi comes in, the YUBI comes out, dude.
dropping the fat cat bucks all over the map. You see those stacks? That's the stacks this Yumi's about to get off of TAS. It's gonna be a pentakill Yumi. I bet it's gonna get a pentakill. that'd be a dream. That'd be actually the greatest thing ever. But Rammus, we get to see Rammus finally following his rework.
Raps. What am I looking at?
You're looking at what is potentially going to be the greatest fiesta we've ever seen in Heroic League. Yeah, let's jump right in. While we're going, I just want to ask you, who do you think has this based off what you're seeing here?
No matter who wins, both teams are losers. That's all I have to say. This draft is so NA that I'm expecting ARAM at 5 minutes. I'm expecting them both to just run it down.
That would be pretty troll. Maybe have to do a collusion check
The
then.
Yumi just emotes for team.
Look at all those cats. Make those you see what those are? Those are the cats, just like the heads, like what was that movie where like the head just on the the thing on the ceiling just starts spinning all the way around? That's what that Yumi is doing right now. It's trying to say.
Joshi's playing oh, sorry to cut you off. Joshi's playing Sai on top. Okay.
Okay. Oh. So when I went to school with Josh, Joshi, I actually didn't see him play as often. He's always on the casting desk, so I'm not actually sure what his main position is. I thought it had always been jungle, but I guess he's become more of a top laner in the last couple of years. I'm excited to see him play. It's always fun to see a friend and a fellow alumni actually getting to play on the big stage. Cat spinning around there. It's a B. It is UB.
Look at this rat just flying around on screen.
You ever realize that the team is named YUBI and they're running the UB skin? The puns, man. This team is all about the memes, all about the puns, and all about how good their play has been as Kiz and Joshi duke it out up here. Now, these are weird, so I've got to ask you, what are the win conditions for these teams?
So I'm just going to try to talk about the normality first before I can get into this. We got Yumi and Vlad was actually a really big lane at one point. Gua?
Gua getting super low. First blood onto the Yumi.
What am I watching?
I didn't think they ever continue that, but it works so well. I told you that Yumi's gonna be the carry this game. It's glorious. We're gonna go all the way back here. We're gonna see a replay on this. See what happened.
As Gua is just, I think that he just saw the rat and he saw red. It's like when I see Senna, I do the same thing. He's just running it down at the moment and he's getting just bopped on. So let me give him the benefit of the doubt. Yon and Yasuo, I actually have played this lane before. They're very good at all-ins, and I'm guessing that he thought that he could beat the level 1. Vlad is a very weak level 1 champion, so is Yumi. So maybe he just thought he would win that. I don't know. Vlad and Yumi actually was a really popular lane once Yumi came out, if you guys remember correctly. I think that was season 10 or 9 when there was a Yumi Vlad lane a lot. They played it in LCS, and
I think it was season 10. I thought it was. No, I'm getting confirmed it is season 9. And you play long enough, you start forgetting what each season was. You forget some of the older things. Like I still feel like Echo just came out just like a year or two ago, but it's been almost 5 years, 6 years since Echo came out. I feel old. I feel so old.
What year did you start playing League, by the way? Oh,
so technically I signed up before season 1, but I didn't really start playing until season 1. And I always remember that because I got the Kale skin that you got for being in good standing and not toxic in season 1.
Oh, I definitely did not get that skin.
That's okay. I don't really play as much Kale, so I don't get to use it very much. But I do remember it from that. I actually remember when I made the account originally, and I almost got to play it in alpha. The reason I didn't is because I heard League, and my first thought was Justice League, and a lot of my friends were playing DC Online, so I thought it was some DC Online game. Actually, hang on a moment. Utility Monster going in on the Kids. They are engaging up to Utility Monster getting so low. He is going to go down. The TP coming out from God, and it's a kill over to TAS. Utility Monster, I do not think was expecting that randomness.
So, trying to make sense out of the absolute chaos that is Yubi's draft, it's really important that this Master Yi and Vladimir get ahead. They're going to have double hyper scaling supports that just buff you up and make you so that you become hyper carries. Vlad and Yi are supposed to be these champions that are supposed to be like, 3v5ing with these double supports and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I'm interested to see what the Sion builds as well. I want to see if he builds without it. He's going grass, so I assume he's going to be going tank.
Yeah, I'd assume they need tanking out as a fallback just in case they need time to scale. They got to have that beefy front line. And, if he gets a lot of armor, it's going to be really... I mean, I guess the Yasuo does have the armor pin on his ult, but it's still going to be really hard to get through that Sion. As Onbo goes in onto Jeff God, they're engaging onto them pretty hard, but Jeff God is a Vladimir. He does do a lot. The Yuumi comes out, shows no fear. Oh, God is taking a lot of damage in the mid lane. That, the Sion, like, I remember went back when Lulu mid was also a thing. Also, meta-defiant warping. I honestly think Lulu's the most one of the most meta-warping champions when she's popular and good. But does a lot of poke damage. The Q with the passive, absolutely brutal. And especially if you can hit the E2 with your shield, it does hurt enemies. I know most people don't use it for that, but if you do use it on them, you can basically do like 30-40% of their health just right off the bat.
I wonder if Team YUBI just decided to pick this now that Lulu got buffed, or was it just was this something that they had in the tank all along? Was this something that they've been practicing in the gym? Like, is this their new jump shot, or was it just a flow thing?
I don't know. I don't think it's what they're practicing. I've heard they're practicing Yuumi 80 carry.
I played Yuumi 80 carry. I played a full crit.
Oh, I was more just kidding. Is that actually good?
No, it's horrible. No, it's so horrible.
Okay. I thought it would be, but I'm always interested in trying meta picks. As Brian does get engaged, he trying to run away, does get out, but no, Gua does grab him with that last tick of ignite right there. They get their vengeance on the cat.
Yeah, once the rat goes outside of someone, it's very important to CC them. That's what they did. They got the wind wall on Yon, got the knock up on him, and doubled the CC. They ignited her so she couldn't heal. The reduction, good play by them. Once the rat is CC'd, she can obviously jump back in with the W. I think it's a long cooldown. I think it's like 11 seconds, maybe. So,
yeah, it's
smart by Gua and Ambu.
Yeah, smart play right there, catching out the cat going forward. And they take the dragon, also their prize. Cloud Drake up next. It's going to be Mountain or Infernal Soul for these teams. I think both of them, well, at least if you're TAS, you're really hoping for that Infernal. But I actually think Mountain might be better for the side of YUBI.
I'm hoping for Infernal, personally.
Yeah, that's
every single champion is just... Or we can see, I don't know, we can also see healing on the side. Ocean Drake would be really interesting for YUBI as well, since they have double supports, and every single champion on their side heals, I believe.
Yeah, but Ocean was first Drake.
Oh, so it can't even be Ocean. What am I talking about? Sorry, guys.
I wish they got that one Ocean. That'd be really good. But I mean, a Mountain Drake, think about this. You have all these shields, and actually, hang on a moment. Kiz is going in onto Joshi. Joshi getting knocked back. He is getting low. Kiz is not going to chase him, though. Those minions are going to scare him off a little bit. They are still very threatening early on, especially when you don't have any health or armor. But I was going to say was, hang on a moment.
Rat.
The cat is caught out again. Brian on the run. He's screaming, coward, face the cat. You won't. And he's actually he's turning the duel around. The cat is trying to outduel Gua. This is what I love. This is peak League of Legends, and it's Yuumi versus Yasuo 1v1.
What am I watching? I feel like I'm literally being trolled. Like, am I getting pranked?
You might be, yeah, Civilock with a very good aura there. Stops the Rammus. And Onbo looking to go in right now. But Vlad is level 6. They do need to be careful. You don't want to fight a level 6 Vladimir if you're not prepared. He will shred right through you.
For the viewers at home, Gua and Onbo are playing some of the funnest bot lane in the game, by the way. Yasuo and Yon is so fun to play. I mean, it's super chill. Do not lock it in ranked or, FOF, but I mean, they're making it work at the moment, but...
I think, what was my favorite bottom lane? Like the one, like that weird pick that I enjoy the most. I'm trying to remember. I want to say it was... Ooh, actually, hang on a moment. Joshi going in. Kiz trying to dive onto him, but the ult comes through. Here comes Utility Monster. He's going forward with the flash, trying to get that last hit, and he does, but it's actually going to go to Joshi right there. And now they're on the board, but here comes the Rammus. He sees the scary samurai, and he goes, I don't want to be armadillo soup today. I don't want to be a pair of boots.
Really important. Great bait by Joshi. He baited Jason, who had very low mana. I don't think he had flash, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, he did. He did flash. He did flash. Okay, so I should have the cooldown on that. And yeah.
Yeah, double flash in. Now the teleport coming out from Kiz. If they go for a return gank here, they might be able to just kind of lock him down. But they're just going to back up. Utility Monster looking to maybe drop it this mid lane, get a couple turret plays for that Lulu. Lulu's not going to carry, but I mean, if you get her some AP, she'll still do a lot of damage. It looks like she's going to build... why am I forgetting the name of it right now? Actually, hang on. Hisme going in onto Utility Monster, trying to back out God, looking for something. He gets right onto Utility Monster. Utility Monster goes into the queue. He's trying to just heal his way out, but the Lulu's going to leave him for dead. Goes down. God takes the kill. And a good counter to that Rift Herald right there. And just a little bit too long of a stay by YUBI.
Yeah, they wanted to get those turret plates. Once you put down the turret plates, I think that they could just... get out, really. I don't remember. They overstayed him, especially, and there was nice chains by Silas with the E. And yeah, overstayed by them. Good job by Silas to punish that.
Absolutely. You know what? I just remember what what the fun support was. Yorick support.
If you lock that in with me, I would be so upset.
Oh, hang on, Gua. Oh yes, a flash. Almost died right there to Jeff God. The E going around. Remember, it's not... as long as part of it is behind the wall and it fires, it will go through. They're going to have to back up. This Vladimir is going to be scary, even though it is just one target, and he mostly is single target damage. If he gets full build, he gets ahead, Jeff God drops an E, he could... honestly, with how little MR there's going to be on this team outside of the Rammus, he could probably blast right through them. This Kiz goes in onto Josie trying to stop the Q, but he's going to take the full damage there.
Yeah, so Jace can knock out Sion whenever he does those big Qs. That's why Joshi is not waiting for the longer duration when it comes to can stun. Smart by both top laners, really.
Good play from both of them. It's nice to see Joshi. You know, he's actually doing pretty well. He's only down 10 CS in this matchup, and you know he's their sub. So it's nice to see him doing well here. It's nice to see a friend, you know, hold his own when he's just filling in. I actually know both their coaches. So I actually know Sensual Raul too. Hang on a moment, though. Utility Monster going in onto God. God trying to get some damage right there. The Q comes out. They're going to try to lock him down. The ult had come through from the Lewis. There's not much else. The shield in for him too. And they're going to have to back up. You don't want to fight a Rammus. He's got so much armor, especially with those Ninja Tabbies. Not much the Yi can do, but they get out alive.
I really like this Rammus pick. It was the last pick, of course. Once I saw the Master Yi, which Rammus is the #1 counter to Master Yi, really, in the jungle, you obviously taunt him, and you could knock him up. And I can lock down Master Yi, especially as I do this dragon here. This is Wind.
I think they're going to contest it. Yes, they are. Utility Monster goes forward. He does get ulted by Gua by a random Q, but here comes the Yuumi ult. They lock down one. Utility Monster grabs Onbo. They're trying to grab Gua too. Gua goes down to Civilock. They're trying to grab Utility Monster, but it's not going to be enough. A double kill goes over the Utility Monster. A good fight right there. And, you know, TAS had it for a moment. It looked like they had a good engage, but the power, that Yuumi damage was actually crazy.
A little bit of poor synergy when it came to Onbu and Gua. Once Yon ulted, once Yasuo ulted, Yon has to be way quicker on that ulti. Look, you see right here, he's really late on it and he misses that ulti. Yuumi is outside and doesn't have their W yet. She gets her ulti in, she can now W, and huge kills for Master Yi. They get this dragon and double kills for Master Yi. Like I said, it's really important that Master Yi gets these 2 kills. He is pretty much the hyper carry. I want you guys to think of Master Yi as... this is kind of like a funnel comp, if you've seen those Chinese booster comps in solo queue, is, you know, when you lock in this Taric and Master Yi combo. Yeah. They're basically doing that now.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday, and it worked out. Something I like, you know, I hadn't really thought about is Vlad is technically acting as support here. He just drops the ult to amp the damage, so... you know, it kind of works a little bit like Armor Pen. If you're just amping your damage by 12% and, you know, 10 or 12% of your damage is already blocked, cool, now you're doing your full damage to the target you're hitting while they're in the ult effect. So it's all just there to buff them up as God comes down looking for Jeff. Jeff goes down into the W, though. God is still staying around, trying to get a pick here, but he's getting very low. Gotta be careful there. He does steal the ultimate from Jeff. It looks like he has 2 of them? I think he just has the Vlad. I'm pretty sure he just stole Vlad, but now Utility Monster's on the run looking for Gua. They do grab him with the Yumi Q. The ult comes in. It is the Vlad ult. Jeff God takes down Gua. Now looking for more. The Q coming in from Utility Monster, trying to grab another. Is he going to get another Q off? He is not. He's going to go down, but they do grab the Silas in the process, and now they're taunting the Yumi. Yumi trying to run. She's trying to get enough health. Ooh! Oh. The kill on the side there from the Vladimir, and now he's chasing on to Hismi. It's 3 down. Hismi it spent too much time chasing the cat, but it was Vladimir all along. 3 kills for 1 in favor of YUBI.
And Silas TP behind the Vladimir and the Yumi. That's how the play started. Obviously, I think that the TP was little too quickly. He shouldn't have TP'd when he still had this tide pool because he can just get out the chains. That's the only way you kill him. He pulls and he's safe. They get the Master Yi to do the counter gank. Very smart by them. And Master Yi just tanks like 2 towers, just killing people. By the way, with this comp, very smart by Yumi. Yumi decided to take the tower, and Yumi is one of the best diving champions because she can take a tower and can just go out of tower range and then go back into someone with her W. Smart by them. Vladimir killed Yon on the engage. Yon was a little too aggressive there, which is one of the biggest problems with TAS. They play very, very aggressive, make these plays, which I personally love to see, but they make a lot of these plays where I think that their aggression is outweighing their risk-reward ratios.
Absolutely, and now Utility Monster going in onto Kiz. Kiz trying to knock him back, but the ult is there. Trying to get a basic attack in. Is he going to get enough? He's going to get the Q in time. He is going to get the Q, and he is going to get the kill onto Kiz. And now Jeff God goes for it, gets the ult down. They get the Yumi ult too. Gua and Onbo getting solo. They're rooted in place. Whoa. Jeff God grabs one, goes on a killing spree. And he's chasing on Onbo. The beast flying. It's going to be just out of range, though. But they're going over with the flash double kill for Jeff God.
As Jeff God pulls the Fang over Fang special, backing mid-kill. Go on, Jeff. I see you, dude. I see my guy.
Putting on to Hismi. Joshi's tanking the damage. He can tank so much up. He gets the ult in. Utility Monster grabs himself the kill and continues to take the tank. Utility Monster only taking 1. Just fight after fight around this map. We thought that this would be the game for TAS. This is that YUBI had maybe gotten a little bit too cocky. Had been a little bit too much with this comp. But it's going so well. God misses the E. Civillock just dodges around the side. Does get a lot of damage out, but Lulu's just harassing back. Gotta avoid the purple. And that's, I mean, I guess Silas is technically purple, but...
Okay, so I know drafts are really, really insane right now, but I think that this is a perfect synopsis of both the strengths of YUBI and the problems with TAS. Once TAS starts bleeding, they really tend to bleed out. They make a bunch of plays, and they just, like I said, their risk ratio is very bad. And aside of YUBI, one of the best things, at my point, the most important things that they do well is going to be a fight here in the mid.
Civillock and God fighting. God misses the E. Now Civillock's going forward, but here comes the other way around. Jeff on the bottom side looking for Gua. They get the ult down. It's going to be so much damage coming through. Looking for him right there. Hits him with a basic attack. The Q comes through. Jeff God goes unstoppable. Civillock manages to live in the mid lane. God getting very low right there. All 3 members of TAS unable to take out a member in the duo in the bot lane for YUBI. It is a monster. We said that he was to carry this game, but this Vladimir alone is just tearing through people.
Yeah, it's 110% about Master Yi and Vladimir. When they have double supports, that's what you're doing. You're going to continue to boost these champions at a double heal. I'm just going to stop. Like I said, Vlad and Master Yi can probably 3v5 with both supports. A gross overstay by Yasuo in the bottom lane. He was by himself for way too long. He keeps going. This was huge.
Kiz can't even. Yeah, Kiz can't even. Like, Joshi's not going to get the kill, but Kiz can barely hurt him, getting him down to about half health right there. But he used so many spells for it, and now Joshi's going forward, getting the Q up. He's going to knock him up. And there's a fight possibly brewing here on the top side. Utility Monster looking for something, goes in with the Q, going in onto Gua. Jeff goes forward, gets the ult down, goes into the pool. Gua getting super low, looking for something, gets the ult back though. Civillock trying to get away. He's getting low too. Utility Monster grabs a killing spree onto the Rammus. Civillock goes down there on the back though. Jeff God trying to buy time. The Yi comes in though, grabs the Silas, gets out there. A 2-for-1 trade in favor of YUBI, and now they're on the hunt. Onbo trying to get away. Gua gonna finish his back. He is, but now Onbo is on the run. He's got nowhere to go. He's got nothing to do. The Q comes in, and he's gonna go down. Utility Monster goes unstoppable, and they turn onto the dragon. It is going to be Infernal Soul, by the way. We forgot to bring that up earlier. This is the soul you wanted, and it's going to make it so insane in these fights.
So, one of the big problems on the side of TAS is I don't see a single healing reduction item in the game.
Jeff God. going in forward. Gua just taking so much just from an E and a Q. And now they're chasing for the Rams, looking for something. Here comes the Herald, though. A teleport in from Joshi. I think they're going to try to push this down mid, maybe try to get to that inhibitor tower. They might just give up after that, but they do have the minion wave. I think they grab this. They grab the... Possibly go for the inhibitor tower if this Herald continues forward. The ult coming in, though, from the Yuumi. They lock up the Rammus, and now they're going forward to Onbo. Onbo getting so low, and goes down to Civillock. They're going to grab this inhibitor turret. Can TAS do anything to hold the line here? They're just so far behind. 10,000 gold down. Utility Monster goes forward. He's getting so low, but he's going to die. Finally, a shutdown for Hismi onto this Yi, and they're going to back out. They do get the inhibitor. They get the shut. TAS gets the shutdown. Ooh, hang on. Jeff going forward. Looking for something right here. Gua gets blasted with the ult. I think he's going to die just from the pullback on the bleed. He does. Jeff God is dominating, goes back into the pool, and now here comes Joshi. The fight continues. Joshi going forward. God getting so low, and Joshi's going to blow him up with a shield. Now they're on to Kiz, trying to grab a kill here. It's a Scion with a Yuumi on him. He's just going to tank so much for his team, and he's just going to keep getting healed up, and Joshi grabs the kill onto Kiz. It is absolute chaos. It is absolute madness, and YUBI is proving why they are the #1 team in this league. As Civillock gets engaged on by Onbo, but he sees Jeff God and just goes, I am not going to fight that, and just goes immediately back.
That's what I was trying to say earlier. TAS bleeds out when they get a lot of... when they get behind, they bleed out. And on the side of YUBI, once they get a lead, they know how to build on it. You remember that double kill in the dragon fight by Master Yi? That's why they got ahead. They got the dragon and the double kill from Master Yi. Ever since then, their gold lead just goes right up from that point. That's what they're really good at. They get ahead, and they just continue with this gas pedal. They just continue putting the foot on their neck and never letting go.
Yeah, and, they've brought the pedal to the metal this game. And something that I wanted to note, I think I heard you bring it up, that Herald had basically no health, and TAS didn't even hit it. It got another charge off onto that Nexus turret.
Yeah, I guess they were just trying to say that it's more important to just get the kill, the fight. I guess the Rich Herald had 8 HP. I think someone could have literally just looked at it and he would have died.
Yeah, and there's XP and gold off that too. Only a little bit of gold, but I think the XP is pretty decent. As the first turret for TAS is going to go down on the bottom side, they do grab that bottom outer turret. And now, though, ooh, it's the Baron startup from YUBI. Hismi spots it out, though. Yasuo doesn't have teleport, so this is going to have to be a 4v5. The Silas is coming, but Utility Monster goes over the wall. Jeff God going forward. He's looking for something onto Onbo. Flashes forward, gets him solo. Onbo is going to go down. Brian grabs the kill, though. They take out Utility Monster on the side here, but Jeff God continues to go forward. Gets the ult off. Actually, no, I think that's God grabbing that ult, but he's going to go down to Jeff God as Jeff God goes to his name, goes godlike. Kiz being chased down by Joshi. Jeff God looking for another one right here. They knock back Joshi. It's not going to matter, though. Jeff God on the hunt, gets the double kill. This is an 8-0-11 Vladimir, 21 minutes in. My God, this thing is insane.
Not ironically, the best part about UB's team in general is once they get ahead, it's really easy to continue those leads. They're really good at tower diving. Every single champion on their side is great at tower diving. And if you look back at all these team fights and all these fights, most of them are just from Vlad or Yi just being super far ahead, and they're just diving towers, Nexus towers, or bot lane towers, top lane towers. Like, they just don't care.
Yeah, they're just having fun right here. As Jeff got, oh my God, 1 Q from Onbo is a third of his health, actually more like 35-40%. Like so I actually want to talk about this draft. So we said Master Yi was the carry, but I think it's actually working really well as a dual carry threat because you have a Yi and a Vladimir, and there aren't tanks on the side of TAS except for the Rammus, but his is almost all armor. I mean, he's got a little bit of MR like that he can build with that chem tech, but you have to prioritize one or the other. It's not really easy to prioritize both at the same time. So whatever one is focused on, the other just becomes a massive carry. And in this case, it's armor for most of TAS, and now Utility Monster on his own right here. Hismi is looking for him. He's on the chase, but they spot Jeff God in the middle and go, okay, we got to back up here. Now Jeff God goes forward with the Ghost. He gets the ult off. Here comes the ult from the Yuumi. Gets an E off, gets a Q. It's a double kill for Jeff God. And now the Rammus dunk we've been waiting for comes through, but he's just going to go down. Utility Monster too strong with his true damage. God is looking for a kill, but Gods can be killed. A double kill for the Master Yi. Ladies and gentlemen, YUBI, with the absolute craziest comp we have seen this season, is going for the win right here. Kiz going down to an ace for YUBI. A 13,000 gold lead in 23 minutes and a statement game by honestly what I think may be the best team we've ever seen in the Heroic League.
They are absolutely cracked. This is the most troll draft. It should never work, and it just works. This Vlad went Magi's. He had 20 stacks, I think, at like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I saw it there at the end. He already, like, I didn't know when he hit it, but he definitely hit 25 stacks there. A lot of armor on the side of TAS, but man, look at that damage from the Vladimir. He had more than 1,000 damage a minute.
There's so much to talk about this draft. Fantastic buy by Joshi in the top lane with the Scion. You have Randuin's Omen. It halves, I think, crit damage when you have Yasuo and Yone. How much does it do? Reduces crit damage by 20%, not half, excuse me. And when you have Yasuo and Yone, they're both go crit champions. And so they're getting basically 20 reduction by the bot. Support Silas could not kill the Lulu at any point during the team fights and that kind of stuff. Sivlock was playing very, very well. Master Yi, once he got that 2 kills and they sped up. Like I said early in the very beginning of the draft, it's really about this Vlad and Master Yi. It's like a dual threat hyper carry comp where if Vlad gets ahead, then it's Yuumi and Lulu that are just buffing him up. If Master Yi gets ahead, then it's Yuumi and Lulu buffing him up. And Vlad got very much ahead in this double crit O10 power spike bot lane. And he just carried it out throughout the entire game, really. Self-mitigate damage. Scion, even though Scion seemed like he was like not a part of this game because he's just a top laner, I really like Joshi's macro in general. I like his builds. He did not die to the NAJs, which is really important. Look at this healing. Look at this healing.
So much healing done. Just healing done. The Yuumi and the Vladimir combined, just absolute monstrous amounts of healing. They just couldn't. And I didn't think I really saw any healing reduction coming out from TAS. But I mean, like they couldn't get to farm. They couldn't really do anything. Let's see. No, just the Thornmail. Thornmail is the only healing reduction. Okay, I guess there's an Executioner on the Jace, but I mean, Jace gets instant nukes, so it's not like you really got to use much of that. But yeah, this is the power of this kind of comp, you know. And I felt like TAS got really focused on the fact that there was a Yi, and just kind of forgot there was a Vladimir until it was just too late and they couldn't get any MR. The only MR on this team is the little bit from the Chem Tech on the Rammus and the boots on God. And there's nothing to stop that. It's basically true damage coming out from this Vladimir, especially with the ult.
Yeah, they just, I don't know. We talked about it. I think I shouted out like 10 minutes in the game. There's 0 healing reduction on their team. There's only, 2 healing reductions now at the end of the game. They really need to get this healing reduction, especially in that bot lane, where literally it's just about healing. That's what they do. They just heal. As we can see in the top right, friend request, Chris Edgeworth has refused to set my friend request. It has been literally a full season of FOF right now, and he's refused. Look at this. Oh, also not going to decline me now, Chris. Look at Director Chris. Anyway, as I was saying, I think that this was, I don't know if they're experimenting. I don't know if they're experimenting on the side of YUBI since they're so far ahead. I think they're 8-0 now.
Yeah, they are still undefeated 8-0.
They're living up to their name of the universal income. The universal income.
And they've been teasing this Yuumi for so long. They said they would bring it out if they went 7-0 to start the season. They do finally bring it out. And I'm almost saying it's almost like a handicap when they don't bring it out, because that was an insane Yuumi. The one death early on, the only death it took, it got first blood. It had an enormous presence in this game. Just did so much work across every fight, getting beautiful ultimates, keeping the members that need to be healed up. I just feel like this team's champion pool is so deep. We've seen, like, I know they've tried to do that Morgana jungle a lot. We were wondering, okay, if they're off Morgana jungle, what is Utility Monster doing? Maybe he's a one-trick player. But he's shown now, I think, 3 or 4 different champions in the jungle, and each one of them he is popping off on. And I just feel like every member is doing this. Every member on this team knows their role and how to, if they can't get one thing they want, they'll go to the next thing and still play that at a fantastic level.
I think that their mentals are great on the side of YUBI, excuse me. They have really good mentals on every single one of their players. I think that you could talk to any of the YUBI members. They're lighthearted. They're very, very memey. Like, I think when they get behind, which I don't even know if they've been behind at this tournament, they don't tilt, which is a lot of the big problems with teams, especially in the Mythic League. I think that the only game that we've ever seen YUBI lose in the FFS tournament, FOF tournament, is against FEC in the qualifiers. And they have not lost since.
Yeah, they've been, it was just a warm-up game for them. They're just making everyone put their guard down. But now everyone knows now they are the strongest looking team in this league. Well, that does it for us for this game. Don't go anywhere though. We've got an interview with YUBI's Joshi right after this.
Hello, folks. Chris Edgeworth here on the interview desk. I am joined by the sub top laner and coach from Team Universal Basic Income, Joshi. How you doing after that win?
I'm doing pretty good, Chris. It's nice to finally be on the other side of the keyboard and have a chance to actually see friend or foe firsthand.
Right on. Well, it was an awesome game to watch. A straight up banger. Let's be real. Talk to me a little bit about the Fiesta draft that you allowed your team to pick in this one. The long-awaited, now activated, the Brian Sang Yumi is here. Talk to me about this draft.
Well, honestly, when Carver, had his things when Freelancer needed to go do something else, I was talking to the team and was like, guys, if you're gonna have me sub in, I'm going to be doing the draft top to bottom. I'm going to pick all of the champions, and luckily the guys respect me enough to just be like, yeah, okay, Josh, you can do whatever you want. And I've been theory crafting this for a long time. The Vladimir Yumi bottom lane, you obviously have a lot of power later on, but we weren't expecting to see our opponents go with the brothers bot lane. That kind of threw us for a loop at the very beginning.
That was you weren't watching the game, but I was having a lot of fun just like zooming in on the weird stuff, let's say, that was going on down there. Talk to me a little bit about just the idea of bringing in the Yumi. You said you're coming in, you're gonna pick this draft. How was it actually playing around this Yumi comp with the double enchanters and the two heavy carries in the Vlad Master Yi?
Well, I mean, it's just a simple Brian div at the end of the day, right? Like, normally we try and put him on things that have a little bit more agency, and this time we were like, Brian, if we take away all of your agency, do you think you can still carry the bottom lane? And he was like, yeah. So it's like, all right, we're going to make sure that you can actually do nothing this game, and he was still able to gap the bot lane. So it just made the rest of the game easier when Brian just like sits on top of somebody's shoulders and makes them two Brian. It just becomes way easier.
The reverse Rock Lee method, where you put on the ankle weights to fight Gara.
Yeah, you just put on the ankle weights, and I mean, Brian's a really small guy in real life, so like when he just like grabs onto your leg and you just like start walking around, it's weird how it actually makes you faster.
You know, I'm actually just remembering too. He pulled out the UB skin for YUBI.
Yep.
That was the chef's kiss moment. I want to just shout that out again because that was dope. So you are typically not on the Rift. You're typically the coach. So how is it, one, to coach this team, but two, to just be like, yo, I'm good enough now. You've seen it. I'm here. I can stand up in this league as a player and as a coach. So how does that feel for you, in this league?
Well, honestly, I think it made my life harder when I actually had to be on the Rift. Normally, I'm able to just like telepathically link to all of them, and I can just mentally play the entire game from like 100 miles away. But when I actually have to like click the buttons with my own hands instead of getting other players to do it, it makes things a little bit more difficult overall. Because like I suddenly have to use my eye. Right, no, but for serious, like it's been like a really interesting experience playing with these guys. I actually do almost nothing for this team, to be entirely honest. Every now and then they'll ask like, "Hey, what do you think about this pick?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I think it's okay. Oh, I think it's great. Oh, you should really pick it in these situations." And that's really about the extent of what I do for YUBI.
Hey, man. Either way, it sounds like you're still cashing those checks. You get to say you're the coach. Easy.
Yeah. No, it's been a lot of fun.
I mean, when you're winning every game, how can it not be fun? You know.
Ooh.
Dude, it's been awesome having you on the desk. Any final words before we go?
I was told to trash talk a little bit. I'm told that this was one of the teams that was going to, give us some difficulty in terms of like the early game. But if this is like the experience that we're going to be having, like I should probably just replace Freelancer at this point. So sorry, Carver, as the coach, I might have to kick you off the team.
Yeah, hey, just give him a little extended vacation, man. It's like, I'll just play weak side Scion, just turn my brain off, just collect the minions. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Right on.
Easy.
All right,
I'm just kidding. I love you, Carver.
Hey, shouts out to Freelancer. Let's go. Folks, we'll be back with our next game. I want to thank Tushy again for joining us for this game, and also for the interview. We will be right back with Game 3, so don't go anywhere.